Welcome back to Storytime Sunday Spooky Edition. I'm Marshall here with Myn, and luckily we've survived another day. Mashita got what he wanted from us and learned his lesson after recovering from the mark twice. We won't be alone though, as Miss Christie is still marked, like us. Was she cursed by the same spirit as us? Let's continue our journey to uncover the truth about our marks.
何かご用でしょうか?
Are you retiring to bed?
おやすみなさいませ.
Good night.
Ooh. Oh yeah, another achievement.
Just completing the chapter.
It's been 3 days since Shimiyo's defeat. Mashita and Sho have left, leaving only Christy and I at the mansion. We've not had any new mark bearers arrive, nor any new info on any spirits. Death's footsteps keep drawing closer.
Good work, Lady Christie and Lord Yoshiki. Did you obtain any clues?
No, nothing really. I'd hoped, but...
I see. Lady Saya's study seems optimal to contain something of interest.
Christy and I just finished investigating Sayakujo's study. It had been full of mountains of specialized books and piles of reports. It was a daunting task, but we did our best to search through them regardless. Except it was all futile. Everything was about healing the spirit, nothing mentioned about the mark at all.
Hey, Mr. Yoshiki, don't you think it's useless to keep searching the mansion?
You have any other ideas then?
Well, remember what I said about each shrine?
Yeah.
Totally. Right, of course you will. I was thinking, maybe the shrine is connected to all this spirit stuff. That's what Shimiyo's notes said, right? Everything happening in the forest is the divine wrath of H Shrine.
Then you think the mark and the spirit activity are because of this divine wrath?
It's definitely a possibility. Disasters happen in many ghost stories and myths because of the wrath of gods. Isn't there value in looking into it? I mean, I wanted to investigate that anyways.
Yeah, I feel like there should be a yes option here.
It should be a definite yes, Christy, you're very correct.
Yeah, like strange stuff's happening all around, like absolutely we should investigate. But for now, we'll go with maybe.
Exactly what I expect from you. Always so quick on the uptake.
Christy's brimming with confidence. She seems in a much better mood than she was 3 days ago. She's a famous reporter after all, so maybe this is what she's really like.
So, Mary, I'd like to go see H Shrine. You don't mind, do you? It is true many unpleasant rumors surround that forest. If the cause is H Shrine, there may be some clues there.
But even if there are, if it's spiritual, then how are normal humans like us supposed to find it? Christy and I don't have spiritual powers.
Well, she's super spiritual. She has like 12 spirit power.
She did get us through several difficult situations.
In that case, could you bring me along with you to H Shrine?
Oh my god, we're taking her.
Are we gonna carry her? She can't walk.
She's gonna float.
I should be able to sense the presence of anything spiritual. I can act as a guide as well.
Are we gonna hold her up like a compass?
Maybe.
You know that shrine?
Yes, in truth it enshrines the garden deity of the Kujo family. Over the generations, the heads have taken care of the shrine. However, they came to an end after the recent war resolved. As one who serves the Kujos, I'm concerned about its present state.
Then bringing you along would mean I have to carry you, don't I?
She's like 50 pounds, don't worry about it. As it is impossible for me to walk, I would agree with that assessment. I am sorry to inconvenience you.
An overgrown forest in the dead of night. I'm not looking forward to having to carry Mary all the way to the shrine.
You look worn out and we haven't left yet. It's a small price to pay if we can get any hints about the spirits.
That's true. I think Mary's eager about this too, so I'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. Okay, let's go back to the forest.
Just use your secret muscles. I mean, you knew how to drive a car.
It's time to lift, bro. You're a professional.
You knew how to use a car, you knew how to use a spare. Like, this is just another one of your secret hidden talents.
Sick. We get to bring Mary along.
Heck yeah.
Before we leave, we put Mary in the back seat. Thank God she's not as heavy as she looks.
God, you cannot say that about a woman.
I should be able to carry her just fine.
By the way, Mr. Ishiki, have you read the files over there? Huh.
She points to the right side of the room, and shelves packed with files.
It was such an intense zoom in.
Not yet. I've searched most of the mansion, but I haven't checked the garage.
Oh, really?
Tracy grabs a file and flips through the pages.
Looks like articles on various crimes. Oh my god, Lady Saya was crime lord.
I was about to say, did Machida work here?
The clippings cover every incident in each city and the surrounding area. Was Miss Kujo looking into criminal activity?
Any of it look related to the mark?
No, not as far as I can tell. These are all extremely old. The most recent is dated 5 years ago. She only died like a week ago or so.
She puts the file back.
Alright, should we head out soon? What's that little tangent for? I don't understand.
Maybe there'll be some specific clues in the garage later on. I park outside the entrance of the forest and gather Mary into my arms.
Oh, Rosé.
We make our way to the familiar arch. There's still a long way to go.
A middle-aged man carrying a doll. You're practically a ghost story of yourself if someone sees you here. Oh my god.
Fine. Hi.
Hi, Mary. I am very sorry to cause you such trouble.
Mary stares up at me as I hold her. Her skin and hair glint bewitchingly when the light from the flashlight catches them.
I have not been outside in a long time. And to go hiking in the arms of such a fine gentleman. Oh my god. Fine gentleman. This is a very precious experience.
She sounds as dispassionate as ever, but is she actually having fun?
Still, it is just as the rumors say. This forest is filled with the curses and resentment of the dead. Simply, their presence is enough to drive the living mad. The land is tainted. I can see why it has given birth to monstrous spirits. I bet if you track down the cause of it, it'll be the divine wrath. Let's hurry to the shrine.
We reach the old torii gate with no trouble. We stand and watch for a while, but nothing comes out of the beehives.
Oh, did they die because we... Well, that's kind of sad. You gotta save the bees, you know?
They seem to be sleeping.
Oh, thank God. Okay. It's most likely because Shimio is now gone. Each shrine is up those stone steps.
At Mary's discretion, we walk towards the gate. A small black shadow flits across our feet.
The tippy taps.
It's that rabbit again.
I call you Mr. Tippy Tap. So this is the rabbit you told me about, Lord Ishiki. You are correct. It is very cute.
The rabbit stares up at the two of us. Then disappears towards the shrine.
Goodbye, Mr. Tippy Taps. What in the world was that about? What do you think, Mary? I felt a strange presence. It appears to be possessed by some kind of soul.
So, it's a spirit too?
Indeed. Though it does not appear strong enough to give marks to humans. We know nothing of its true nature, so please proceed with caution.
We follow the rabbit under the torii gate and up the stone steps. Ooh. At the top, we find the wilderness creeping in. There doesn't seem to be anything here but an old altar. Is this H shrine?
Sadly, it has fallen into disrepair. The war was over 50 years ago. I suppose this was to be expected. That black rabbit is gone. Deserted shrines give me the creeps. Let's hurry up and get to searching so we don't stay here long. Flashlight?
Oh man, this place is in ruins.
Why does it feel like someone is standing over in this direction?
Ooh, I don't like now that you said that.
I don't know why. It just feels like someone should be standing there looking at us. Let's look at this headless guy.
Headless Buddha statues are buried in the ground.
Isn't that, like, sacrilege or something? Creepy. I wonder what happened here.
Looks like a war took place here itself.
Well, let's look at the rock.
There's a sacred Shimenawa rope on a ragged boulder.
I wonder if that boulder is an Iwakura?
What's that?
According to ancient Shinto tradition, it's a sacred rock that a god descended on. It's not uncommon for the rock itself to become an object of devotion.
That's where the gods breakdanced.
You pulled out some sick moves. Let's look at the shrine then. It's got a mirror on it.
It's a wooden shrine altar. The clouded old mirror serves as the Go Shintai.
It looks like it's true that no one's taken care of this place for a long time.
I peek inside the altar just in case, but all I find is a thick layer of dust.
The Go Shintai is outside and the altar is empty. That's concerning.
I don't think there's any more we can search.
It went so quiet all of a sudden. The Buddha statues concern me. Why are all the ones within the shrine missing their heads?
Christy, everything in this forest concerns me.
Why is that tree cut down? Hi, Mary. Every time she comes up, it's like a mini jump scare. Shinto and Buddhism were ordered to be separated during the Meiji period. Before then, many shrines were dedicated to both. Each shrine was much the same. But in the Meiji period, there was a push to make Shinto the main religion. The faiths were forced apart. Extremists stole the Buddhist statues from shrines and desecrated them.
Oh, how dark.
Oh, the famous anti-Buddhist movement. So this is where that happened? No, it was done in a public space as they wanted to make a show of it. The broken statues were carried here to serve as a memorial for worship. The Kujo family head was said to be aggrieved, so he moved them in secret. It seems that all of the broken statues from around each city were buried here.
Strange. You said they were worshipped, but this place is pretty much in ruin.
You have a keen eye, Lord Ishiki. The shrine was subsequently dug up and the statues were stolen.
So they came all the way into this huge forest just to carry off broken statues? Who would do something like that?
That I do not know. I merely heard they were stolen 50 years ago, around the time of the war. So the statues were broken, thrown away, and then dug up. They say the Buddha has a wealth of patience, but even he'd get angry.
Could that anger have turned into a divine wrath and given birth to the mark and spirits? Mary, have you been able to feel the presence of any spirits or whatever?
About that, this land is much more foreboding than I had imagined. The enmity of the forest swallows all else. It's hard to sense beneath it.
So, too much background noise, right? Does that mean we're surrounded?
That's kind of scary. Yes, although I do sense the same presence as Lady Christie's mark, however faint. I am sure the spirit that gave her the mark is somewhere in the forest. So it's different than ours, for sure.
So after all that, we were only able to reconfirm something we already knew.
Forgive me, I was unable to... You don't have to apologize, Mary. We learned plenty of value here.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you on the way back. First, let's get the hell out of here. This place gives me the creeps. Maybe it's the ill will Mary sensed.
That's a great idea.
We have to move?
Oh, I don't like that. We leave H Shrine, walking down the beach trail towards the forest entrance. Maybe it's just because of that strange tale, but for some reason, I feel like someone is watching us from the darkness of the trees.
I knew it. I knew it. There was someone in that corner. Oh, thank God, I don't have to go all the way back.
Was that sign always there?
Yes. I remember it specifically.
We begin driving back to the mansion. As we break out of the dense forest, I can see building lights pop up here and there. Well, that was a complete waste of time. My anxiety lifted. I don't even bother to filter the words that slip out of my mouth.
Oh, I don't think that's true. It's all coming together for me.
Without further prodding, Christy starts in on her theory, passion evident in her voice.
I believe Shimio is right. H Shrine is definitely what's causing all the strange stuff in the forest. I'm sure it's those stolen statues. Don't you agree?
I wonder. It feels like we just don't have enough info at this point to say one way or the other. But there's no denying that a lot of strange things are going on in that forest. Between all the suicides and Shimio wandering around, it couldn't just be a coincidence, could it?
If we research the shrine, we might learn more about the mark. I feel that's a lot safer than risking our lives looking for the spirit. Don't you think?
You might be right. My replies are half-hearted, which isn't what Christy was hoping for, so she falls silent.
Gotta build up your queen, man.
An awkward, uncomfortable silence settles.
Lord Yoshiki, please stop the car.
Are we getting McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Mary speaks for the first time since we entered the car.
Yeah, she says McDonald's.
I want a Happy Meal.
Can I have a McFlurry?
What is it?
I sense a presence similar to Lady Christie's mark close by.
So we can use it like a compass.
We should take her on all our trips.
Skirt. Following Mary's request, I park in a vacant rest stop on the outskirts of H City. Chrissy and I step out of the car. Oh. Gah. Oof, that looks bad.
Oh,
My mark is suddenly scalding.
I don't think it's ever looked like that, even when we were about to die.
Oh, that looks pretty bad, dude. Is something nearby?
Look. Someone's over there. Really? Because I see nothing. Oh.
A small girl steps out of the telephone box. Why is a kid outside at this time of night? Is she a ghost?
Thank you for bringing me out here this late at night, Aita. I got to talk with Hanayome. Oh yeah, glad to hear it.
A rather round young man appears, stepping out of the shadows.
You got your question answered, Suzu? Yeah, it's okay now. Hanayome sure is amazing though. She knows where everything is. You got that right. She helped me find my limited edition Love and Hero phone strap I dropped. What's Love and Hero? What, you don't know? They're a popular idol group here. They've been all over TV lately. I'm surprised you haven't heard. TV's restricted at home. Mom says it rots your brain. Oh, Aita, is the bus coming soon? Oh, the last bus is on its way. We better go. We'd be in big trouble if your mom finds out we went out. Yeah.
We watch from a distance for a while, but it's hard to determine their relationship. The pain from my scar is suddenly gone. Hey, Christy. What do you think? I turn, but Christy isn't there.
Christy, where'd you go? Hey, you there. Just how do you know that girl? Depending on your answer, I'll report you for a child abduction.
Oh god. Well, there goes Christy, hounding the poor guy. Just calm down.
I mean, she's got the right impression, I think.
I tried to placate her, but she won't budge. The man stumbles over his words. He looks flustered and overwhelmed.
Why does he look like that, man?
Looks like he's working out.
Hey, lady. Don't be mean to Ida.
The girl rushes to stand defensively in front of him and glares at us. She seems a lot more level-headed than the flustered guy behind her.
I asked him to help me, okay? I wanted to talk to Hanayome, so I had him come with me.
Who's this Hanayome you keep mentioning?
A ghost who helps find things. People say that you can talk to her from this telephone box. A ghost, huh?
She looks at me. We're both thinking the same thing. Earlier, the mark was hurting, so maybe...
You guys look serious. What's going on?
He nervously glances between us. Does this scar look familiar at all? I show them the mark on my right arm.
Hey, hold on, what is this? It looks exactly like mine.
Oh no. He pulls off one of his gloves and reveals the mark on his hand.
It's the cursed scar, yeah. I saw an article on it in Arts Monthly. They say it causes amnesia, even kills you, but that's nonsense. It's not true, right? Right?
Sounds like he heard the rumors, but chose not to do anything about it. That's no surprise, really. It's tough to believe it's real until your memory loss starts becoming noticeable.
I've got one of those too. It showed up on my left wrist when I made that phone call earlier.
Oh, she just got hers, like, just now.
Oh my god.
Pulling up her sleeve, she shows us her mark.
So she definitely got it from this Hanayome.
They both have the mark, and after calling Hanayome, that's more than a coincidence.
Well, we can't just leave them here. Let's bring them to the mansion.
We tell them what's going on, and ask them to go to Kujo Mansion with us. We just brought them in the car with Mary? Are they just like sitting next to her?
Oh god, yeah, I totally forgot Mary was in the backseat as well.
It surprisingly doesn't take much to get them to come. I thought it'd take more convincing. Could partially be because they missed the last bus while talking with us. Dang, we made them miss their bus.
Oops. Well, I mean, it's better than them leaving and us never finding them again and them dying to the curse.
That's very true. Before they climb in, I warn Mary to stay quiet until we get back. Stay
Fuck
still.
up, Mary.
Don't say anything. Don't creep out our new friends. Might be a bad idea to freak them out.
I don't know. I would be freaked out if I went into strangers' cars and they just had a doll in the backseat.
I'd be really freaked out. Like, I would think I got kidnapped. First, we introduce ourselves. The man's name is Aita Nakamatsu. The girl is Suzu Morimiya. They tell us they met through the readers column in Oop Arts Monthly. Suzu mentioned she was interested in Hanayome, and Aita told her what he knew.
How did they meet, though?
Then she pestered him into bringing her to the rumored telephone box. They were out this late because of her. Her parents sound pretty strict. Her mother keeps a close eye on her after school, and she needs permission to go out. So she snuck out of the house after her mother went to bed.
Hanayome is just as famous at my school as Hanahiko is. Hey, Aita? Please tell them about those rumors.
You guys know about the other spirits?
Do I have to? Okay, fine.
Aita reluctantly tells us at Suzu's request.
They're just rumors I read, but... Oh, I'm actually getting chills. Hey, remember that one story? You know, the one about the public phone box in H City? There's a ghost that looks like a bride, and she'll find what you're looking for. One of my friends actually tried it. He went to the specific phone box that lets you talk with ghosts. The phone suddenly started ringing. He slowly picked up the phone, but all he could hear was this weird smacking noise. He stayed on the line until... Did you see it? He heard a woman whisper. So he did what the rumor said to do, and he said, "No, I haven't seen it." Then she said, "What do you want to see?" His cat had gone missing, so he asked where it was. When he looked where the woman said it really was there. So the rumors are totally true. I want to go ask her where my future bride is now. Oh, want to come with me?
There.
She's missing.
We're probably carrying her too. I carry Mary from the car and gently place her back on the sofa.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Being in your arms is not bad, but I am most calm when I am here. The doll really talked. I I can't say I expected that. Then does that mean all that stuff about the mark is true too?
On the way over, we updated Suzu and Ida with just about all they needed to know. They may not completely believe us, but they're not rejecting it outright either.
I mean, she did just talk to a ghost. He did too, technically.
It seems like Ida in particular has already experienced some memory loss. Something about forgetting the names of anime characters or voice actors.
I would be distressed about that too.
Christy looked at him strange, but he appears to be taking it quite seriously. And Suzu snuck out of her house because she believed the rumors of Hanayome. They both believed in the occult already. I'm pretty sure they'll help us find a way to escape the mark. Granted, they're also really curious about Hanayome.
Pardon me, but may I speak? The marks on Suzu and Aita, they are likely from Hanayome. And Lady Christie, the feeling I sense from your mark is the same as theirs. So we can assume Hanayome also gave the mark to you. Do you recall encountering her? Something weird did happen. Right before I entered the forest, I stepped in the phone box on T Mountain. The phone rang out of nowhere. Oh, it might be because of that. The telephone box at that rest area is also in the rumors of Hanayome. But I didn't pick it up. It creeped me out, so I left. I was never able to give that person one final call because of that. Who are you talking about? It's not for children to know. Okay.
So there are other phone boxes like that.
I think there are 3 that Hanayome will call from. The one we went to in the A Highway parking lot is one. And one is at T Mountain Rest Area Miss Christie went to. And Aita, where's the last one? At the park by T Apartment Complex. It's the only one inside the city.
But why just those 3 locations?
Don't know, the BBS I read didn't say. Mister, do you really think Hanayome is the one who gave us the marks?
If Mary says so, then I believe her.
I mean, she literally got hers right after coming out of the phone
right after the
box.
phone call.
But the rumors about Hanayome go back 5 years. And no one's ever mentioned that if you call her, you'll get a mark. Suzu's right. Rumors about this mark thing only popped up super recently. So you're saying Hanayome hasn't always been giving out the mark? Also, it's been like, we mentioned 5 years earlier in the garage. The criminal activity clippings.
If that's true, I wondered what triggered the change. Of course, I can't really say, seeing as I don't know anything about spirits.
A ghost helping people find what they're looking for. That's pretty strange.
I mean, we just used Mary as a compass. There's a lot of strange things going on.
Yeah.
Definitely the definition of ghost story.
Hey, Mr. Yoshiki, if those rumors are true, why don't we try asking where the stolen statues are? If we return them to their places, it might just save our lives.
Search for the Buddha statues. If Chrissy's right, we might be able to escape the mark without fighting a spirit.
Mary, what do you think? Good question. Objects with human forms are easily able to gain inexplicable powers. Bleeding stone statues, cursed dolls. There are many examples. Is she a cursed doll? Historical statues of gods and Buddhas. would certainly be no exception. Asking Hanayome about them would be a good idea.
So says the doll before our eyes that has the inexplicable power to talk. Maybe it wouldn't be strange that Buddha statues could bring down divine wrath.
Lord Ishiki, may I add? As I explained previously, your mark it's different from the others. Vanquishing spirits seems to weaken your mark's power.
It's been several days since she told me that I was going to die. Taking care of the spirits we encountered is likely how I'm still among the living.
Is this just going to be the rest of our lives until we find who marked us?
We are professional ghost hunters now. What are you trying to say?
I cannot say what the relationship between your mark and Hanayome is, but it is in your best interest to track down spirits. I hope you will guide these mark bearers this evening as well.
Well, I gotta be the tour guide around here, don't I? I can't really picture Christy and Ida facing off against a spirit by themselves. If they failed, then a child would suffer the deadly consequences. That would weigh heavily on me. No turning back. I'll figure something out. Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Thank you.
Mary bows her head slightly. She moved?
Her movement sounds like sneezing. Achoo! Now you should begin investigating Hanayome. Why does she only call from 3 public phones within each city? Her secret may lie in the answer. You visited the parking lot already.
よろしくお願いいたします。
Please investigate T Mountain and the park by T apartment complex. Who are we partnering with?
Let's bring Suzu.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him. Timid nerd, gutsy girl.
See, if he was wearing a Hatsune Miku shirt.
She looks like some shrine girl.
I think it's a ghost girl. It is pretty cute, honestly.
Oh yeah, she looks like that. That's so ironic, actually. Yeah, let's
But yeah,
bring...
Suzu seems the most level-headed out of all 3 of these.
I mean, Christy's pretty level-headed, but
She can't fight ghosts, man. I can't trust her with my life.
that's true. She backed out during Chimio.
そんな。
Oh, several options now.
Yeah, so we have the rest area, T Mountain, and the T Apartments Park. I think the rest area we should go first.
Yeah,
Since it's the first one.
let's go there first, because that's the one we're at least somewhat familiar with.
Yeah, because Christy went there, I think, when she got her mark.
And now we're the ones driving around with some random little girl.
Oh no.
The phone booth stands solidarity on the edge of the vacant rest area. Oh my gosh, there's fog on the ground. I just realized that.
Oh yeah, it's moving. Spooky!
An endless sea of trees stand behind it.
Ooh! Oh my god, as soon as I did that, it moved in the opposite way. It was kind of creepy.
Dude, what a great view though. Look at the city over
Yeah.
the trees.
Stars, too.
Quite nice. Christy must have run into the forest after she heard the phone ring. Puppy?
That wasn't a howl.
I can hear a dog howl from nearby.
That was woof woof.
Bark, bark. It almost sounds sad, but I'm probably just imagining it.
I feel like that dog's calling someone. I think it's looking for its master.
Snoop Dogg? You understand it?
Kind of, yeah. We have a dog at home too. And that one's not a regular dog.
What do you mean?
That is such a weird thing to say, Suzu. What do you mean?
She has Cerberus, the god of the gates of hell.
I'm pretty sure it's a spirit or ghost or something.
How would you know that?
Oh, oops. I'm only supposed to talk about that stuff with my mom's friends. People will think I'm weird if I do.
Don't worry, I have a talking doll at home. You're good.
But you understand, don't you?
Yeah. Can she sense the supernatural? I'd always felt like something was different about her from the start. Yeah, she's like 8.
Anyway, mister, I think that's the telephone booth that's in the Hanayome rumors.
Rumors say the phone is supposed to ring if you wait by it for a while. I'm guessing waiting outside doesn't count.
Yeah, I think you're right. When I called her, it didn't ring until I went inside.
But the booth is too small for 2 people.
Sir, you are not getting in there with a child.
Either I or Suzu will have to go in.
Should I go in?
No, I'll go in. We're the ones with the question anyway.
Yeah.
I can't stand around and make a kid do this. Oh, I do not like this.
It's so opaque inside.
We can't see anything.
Ugh.
It's cramped inside and almost impossible to move around at all. I'd be a sitting duck if a spirit attacked me while I'm in here. The clouded glass makes it hard to see the outside. That just makes me more nervous. I wonder how long I have to wait until the phone rings. To pass the time, I glance around the inside of the booth. There's a poster attached to the window.
Help our investigation! On the night of 2/8/1990X, an assault took place in the forest nearby. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. If anyone has any info on this case, please notify the AH Police Department.
You sound like Christy doing her reporting.
I felt like a radio person.
This is dated 5 years ago, just like the notebooks we found in our garage.
In the time Hanayome appeared.
Looks like something terrible happened here. The phone begins to ring. I hesitantly reach out and pick it up. The only sound I hear is the dial tone. No one is speaking. What's going on? Suddenly, there's a strange noise. Crunching, smacking, like the sounds of saliva as someone chews.
Did you see it?
Tucked in the smacking is a woman's voice. The voice is creepy, cold, and chills me down to the bones. Is this Hanayome?
Did you see it?
Lady, I can't see anything out the windows. She asks a second time. The rumors mention that I should say,
I
no.
haven't seen it.
We haven't seen anything. Very seriously, I say, I haven't seen it. Oh, those chewing noises.
What do you want to see?
It's going exactly as the rumor said. Hanayome is supposed to tell you the location of whatever you're looking for. Christy told me to ask about the Buddha statues that were stolen from H Shrine. I'll give it a try.
Buddha statues. Lord Buddha. Doesn't your arm already have the mark of the Buddha on it? Tell me, you want a new Buddha? Why are you doing that? Tell me. Well, tell me. Tell me, tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me.
The line goes dead. The women's scream is still ringing in my ears. I feel sick. It must be because of my brush with the blood-curdling insanity. Why didn't she answer my question? What was different from when the others asked? The mark on my arm burns dully, like it's reminding me it exists. Maybe this is why she was acting strangely. And she did say something to the effect that Buddha gave me this mark. Was she just too insane to differentiate between Buddha and a monstrous spirit? Or is this mark really the work of a divine wrath from the Buddha statues? I'll wait a while longer, but the phone doesn't ring again. There's no point in staying in here. As soon as I leave the booth, Suzu comes up to me.
You don't look good. Did something happen in there?
I tell Suzu about my conversation with Hanayome.
I wonder what's going on. She answered my question, okay?
Suzu's brow furrows in confusion.
Do you want to see about that other telephone box? Maybe some clues are there. Or you can try one more time there.
There's no time to get lost in thought. The last phone booth is at the park by T Apartments, in the other direction. We'll head there after stopping at the mansion. It's probably wise to ask Mary what she knows since it's on the way. The second phone box. Oh, this is just a one area location.
I can't even look around with the flashlight. We just have to leave. 15 spirit power.
Damn, she packing heat.
I don't have any items with her.
The best she would have at this age is a Tamagotchi.
I don't know if her mom would let her have one. Well, Mary, let's talk.
I tell Mary what happened at the phone box.
お疲れ様です。
You say Hanayome acted strangely? She called the spirit that cursed you with your mark Buddha. I can't say I know what she saw, but from what you said, she will likely not respond to your question. That does not mean she does not understand you, however. Use any method available to obtain as much information as you can. Guess we're leaving? The park's the only place we can go.
Damn, Mary needs a cell phone. We could have just texted that.
Yeah.
I see a small park tucked between all of the looming apartment buildings. I can hear a swing going off in the wind. There's no one here. I guess everyone's already asleep.
There's fog here too. I'm sure that's the telephone booth from the rumors.
Well, now that I'm here,
It's in a park? Man, all these little kids are gonna get cursed.
I still have no idea why Hanayome hung up on me. I followed the rumors exactly. Where did I go wrong? I scratch my head. Don't adhere to the gossip. Defy it. Suddenly, I hear that strange voice again. Gossip. In other words, the rumors. What will happen if I don't follow the rumors?
Yeah, no one said anything about not following it.
Suzu, go back to the car. There's something I want to try. But it might end up backfiring on me.
Okay. Please be careful, mister. Oh, wait, 1 second. I have a message from Aita.
Oh?
Yeah, he says there's new info on Hanayome. Here it is.
Suzu hands me a note written by Aita. Don't talk about eyes. Oh.
Don't talk about eyes or things like it when you're on the phone with Hanayome. If the call goes sideways somehow, don't say I, okay? Yes, best to avoid anything that even sounds like I.
What? Don't say I. There's nothing else?
No, that's all. But Aita said it was sure it would help.
I'll keep it in mind. Bit of a confusing amount of a device. Suzu returns to the car. I step inside and wait for the phone to ring. Take 2. There's a poster inside this booth too. Just like the one at the rest area, this looks like it's been here for a few years.
Young woman kidnapped. A young local woman was kidnapped close to this location. If you are a witness to this crime, please notify the police, MPD.
February 8th, 5 years ago. I think the poster I saw at the rest area had the exact same date. Coincidence? The phone rings. I grab the receiver and slowly pick it up. I hear a noise like someone chewing gum from the other end of the phone. An icy cold voice speaks.
Did you see it?
Nope.
Defy the rumors.
Nope. I'm not gonna say I. Nope.
We have to defy the rumors.
Oh, fuck. Alright, that's true. I saw it.
You saw, didn't you? You saw that thing of me.
The voice cuts off. Oh my god. Something outside collides violently with the glass of the booth, but I can't see it.
Live or die.
Time to test our reaction speed.
Tell me, how did you see it? With your own eyes? Or eyeglasses? A telescope? Or a telescope? That only is the one that doesn't have eyes.
Telescope. Because we totally have one with us right now. It sounds like something searching around outside the phone box.
You saw it. You said you saw it. What color? A beautiful color. Red? Pink? Green?
Pink is a great color.
Pink is the best color.
Maybe pink. Ooh, that first option had eye in it.
sought? What kind of person are you? What's important to you? Your dreams? Romance? Love? Which do you choose?
Romance is great. We have several candidates back in the mansion. Have you met my man Mashida?
My main man Mashida, Mr. Dreamboat?
Survived. The other two options had my, which sounds like I, and the other option also had an I.
Yeah.
The phone goes dead. The next I know, the bloody handprint is gone. And so is the ominous presence. The questions she asked me were strange. She was particularly anxious about what I had seen. I think I did a good job on not mentioning anything like eyes in my answers. Overly conscious over being seen. Maybe that's where her secret lies. I exit the booth, and Susie rushes up to me.
My mark suddenly started hurting. Did something happen?
I tell Suzu about what happened in the telephone booth.
I wonder what that was about.
Guess there's no way she'd know the answer.
Huh? There's something on the ground.
Sure enough, there's a folded up piece of paper lying near the booth. Looks like a piece of stationery. I don't think it was there before I went into the phone box. I pick up the paper and open it.
To Seiko. I'll dispel all of your heartache, so forget that horrible incident and take your quiet rest up in heaven.
An incident? The posters I saw in the telephone booths mentioned something like that too. Could they be connected? I asked Suzu what they think.
Is it a coincidence, or...
Suzu worries at her lip.
We've gone to all the boxes now, so should we go back? I want to share all this with Aita and Miss Christie.
Yeah. We should probably head back for now. The third phone box.
Let's leave. Oh, welcome back.
Christy is there in the garage. She's gone through the files full of articles on criminal cases.
How did the investigation go?
Suzu and I tell Christy what we discovered.
I see.
I can see Christy's mind working.
Hey, Mr. Yoshiki. You know those posters and that bit of stationery you found? Could they be linked to Hanayome? She might have been someone who was caught up in the incident and killed. And if that's the case, then...
She glances over at the files.
The dates were 5 years ago, right? Then there might be an article on what happened here in these files. Let's get Aita to help out too. Go, get a move on.
All four of us begin reading through files. The clippings range from the smallest dispute to the most heinous crimes in each city. But they're all dated 5 years ago or earlier. Did they get stored in the garage because they're so old? After a while...
I think I found it.
Oh, let's go, Suzu.
The date matches the posters and the victim's name is Psycho.
Suzu lays the file out on the desk, and we all peer at it.
Is it Psycho or Seiko? I think it might be Seiko.
file has articles about an incident that happened 5 years ago. The victim's name was Saiko Hasegawa. Apparently, she committed suicide in the forest by H Castle on the eve of her wedding. She was in her dress when she was found.
Suzu, you probably shouldn't read anymore. It's pretty bad. Thanks, Aita. But I want to know more about Hanayome. I feel like I need to do this.
She's cringing, but she sounds determined. Between this and the sneaking out at night, she's a surprisingly brave kid. It's rather odd for someone her age.
I remember now. This happened back when I used to be a news anchor.
Christy mutters just loud enough to hear. Then, do you know the whole story?
It was horrible. It's hard to recount. A woman was abducted by a gang while she was walking her dog. They brought her to the forest and assaulted her. People found her battered and staggering along the road the next day. The dog was run over and killed near the forest when it chased after them.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, but that wasn't the end of Seiko Hasegawa's misfortune.
Aita somberly cuts in. His usual grin is nowhere to be found.
It's well known in some circles, but her assault was photographed.
Oh, Jesus.
The pictures were sent to her fiancé. They threatened to make them public if he didn't pay up. I heard he gave them a ton of money to get the photos and the negatives.
Is that true, Christy?
Yeah, I heard that as well. Because of all that, Miss Seiko had a mental breakdown. And in the end, she hung herself. She'd been a serious, honest woman, so she just couldn't bear it.
Oh, it's horrible.
That is probably the worst story we've heard so far.
The cruel fate of a woman attacked before her wedding. We fall silent as the reality weighs upon us. Suzu timidly speaks up, her face pale.
Maybe there's a connection between what happened to Miss Hasegawa and Hanayome's phone boxes? According to the article, the incidents that wrecked her life took place near each phone box. She was abducted by the park and assaulted by the rest area. She was found wandering near the parking lot by A Highway.
Phone booths connect Hanayome and Seiko Hasegawa. The coincidence sends a shiver down my spine. So that note we found by the telephone booth, did Saiko's fiancé write it?
Most likely. What's strange is it was there and not where she committed suicide. Did Hanayome put it there? Maybe she was telling us something.
I have no clue how spirits think, but if Suzu's right, then that note is an important clue for us.
I seem to recall Miss Seiko's fiancé was a famous musician. As a result, the case was widely publicized at the time. It happened right after they returned from a romantic trip to Greece. Old ladies were sobbing about how it made it all the more tragic. And the poor dog they brought on the trip died heroically as well.
Where's the fiancé now?
Well, he began acting strange due to the shock and went missing. Some say her suicide was to follow him. But he wasn't the only one who disappeared. It sounds like all the culprits went missing too.
You heard about that online too?
Well, something like that. The internet wasn't the same back then. There were only hubs.
Hubs? Like pre-internet chat rooms?
AOL.com. Everyone was talking about it on the occult hubs back then. There was one person in the community who knew way too much. I think he was one of the culprits. He brought up a bunch of things like taking pictures and all that.
And I bet those pictures were of the assault.
Yeah, that's right. After they were finished, those assholes got a camera out and took pictures of her face soaked with tears. The whole time she yelled, "Don't look, don't look."
Don't look, huh? Hanayome has an extreme reaction to being seen by others.
He kept going on about it night after night, until he suddenly stopped posting. People who knew him said they couldn't contact him at all. Those guys deserve to die, but it's still really creepy, you know?
Suddenly, a line from the note pops into my head. I'll dispel of all your heartache. Hey, Christy. Do you happen to know exactly where in the forest Seiko killed herself?
I was a reporter at the time, so I did go to the location. But that was 5 years ago, so I don't remember exactly. I feel like I went west from that big arch at the entrance. So you're really going to go?
Yeah, we might be able to figure out something about Hanayome.
Okay, mister. I'll do my best.
Gathering info at the mansion. Other. Whoa, lots to unpack there.
Yeah,
What a heavy story.
this is probably the heaviest story, I think. Well, one of the heaviest.
Hearing her speak, I had the impression that she'd been raised well, but now that I'm out alone with her like this, it's not just that. She's... how do I put it?
This is a little late, but I hope we get along. Should I call you Mr. Yoshiki?
No, just Mr. is fine. Having you call me by my first name is kinda...
I'm sorry, that was rude of me.
That's right, she's strangely mature. Suzu? Is it alright if I call you that?
Yes, just Suzu is fine.
Oh, okay. So what do your parents do? Yeah, it's kinda out in the blue to ask that, but we might be in some life and death situations. Even if she's just a kid, I'd like to know what kind of person she is.
Right now, I'm only living with my mom. She pushes herself every day.
Pushes herself? Does that mean she's a career woman who works hard at her job?
Like Miss Christie?
I see. Sorry for the random question.
Not at all.
She lives alone with her mother, who works every day, which means she's basically living alone. That must be why she's so mature.
Oh my god.
Just then the tires hit a bump in the road. I can see a square gray object in the back seat through the rearview mirror.
In our back seat?
Huh? Is that thing back there yours?
No, that's Aito's. He said it was a CD radio cassette player.
A radio cassette player? Why?
He said we might need music while we drive. Want to listen to something?
No, I'll pass. The conversation grinds to a halt after that. It's like there's an invisible person between us. After falling silent a while, Suzu finally speaks up again. It only makes sense for the conversation to turn one direction.
This mark. Did Hanayome really do this?
I don't know for sure, but I think that's the natural assumption.
Oh, I guess so.
Suddenly it dawns on me. Why does this kid not want to treat the spirit like it's evil? No, maybe it's just Hanayome specifically. But that would be the best.
What would?
I mean, if Hanayome were really a nice spirit...
Yeah, you're right.
Her grin at me is relieved. I smile back at her stiffly, a weight in the pit of my stomach. If that's really true, then we can get through this without anyone dying. The problem is, that's impossible.
What do you mean it's impossible? No one has died so far. Well, except for that one guy we couldn't help, but like...
We're on a winning streak, technically.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone has lived so far. I mean, Mashita lived twice, so...
I lightly rub my wrist as I watch Suzu smile out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, I really hope so. Bro, don't fall asleep at the wheel.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
I've always wondered, why don't we just like cut off our arm? You know, does that work? Like if we technically get rid of the mark?
Like how that woman, you know, removed her mark? Well, I guess
God,
like
no,
all that's
she
left
removed
of her
her
was
arm.
the mark.
Oh,
Huh?
got rid of everything but the mark.
Huh? We're gonna go in the forest?
Suzu is understandably terrified. Anyone would be in her shoes. No one wants to go into the dark forest at night. Especially a famous suicide spot. Is this forest like a play on like Mount Fuji? And it's like Suicide Forest?
Is the suicide forest on Mount Fuji? I didn't know where it was in Japan, but I'm pretty sure it is a play on the suicide forest in Japan.
We'll be okay as long as we're careful. I don't believe what I said for a minute. It's just something you say at a time like these.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It's supposed to be west of the gate. I look up to the west of the gate again. But there's no sign of a trail. Huh? Suddenly, Suzu's face stiffens. What's wrong?
It just got cold.
Oh god. I follow her gaze and see a low shadow dashing out from the darkness. A dog?
It looks kind of human, like with human hair.
Oh, that's freaky. It certainly seems like one. It kicks up the dirt with its 4 legs. But it looks off somehow.
Like that nose there looks like a human nose and a human mouth.
Its fur is long and disheveled, and from certain angles, its face looks human. The dog stares at us, growling softly. What is it? Are you trying to tell us something?
Mom says you're not supposed to talk nice to dogs like that. She says to be firm like its master. That's how you train them. You give it attention, the dog will think it has power over you.
So ignore it and stay quiet, huh? I guess that's true for humans too. Powerful people tend to ignore others. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. The dog barks loudly, then vanishes into the western underbrush. The moment it's gone, the chill in the air dissipates like it was never there.
Was it trying to tell us that we should go that way?
Maybe. I shine the flashlight on the spot where the dog disappeared. A now familiar pain shoots through my wrist. The mark's color grows more vivid. A few hours left until death closes in. There's probably not much time left. Better hurry. Let's check the bushes over there. Investigating the forest again. Oh man. Keep coming back to this forest, man. We're finding all sorts of paths here. There's a thicket of trees next to the gate.
Touch it.
With the dog gone, I push my way into the underbrush. I spot the traces of what used to be a path. You could barely call it one at this point. This must be the closed hiking trail. The path goes west from the gate.
It's really here. Was it trying to tell us about it?
Who knows? Anyway, let's get going. Oh man, I do not miss this forest. Nothing to look at, huh?
It doesn't seem like it. Keep going.
Oh, I just feel like something's gonna jump out at us, man. Oh, something there. There's something in the grass at the foot of the tree.
Touch it.
I push the grass aside and pick it up. Found a worn out talisman.
We kind of needed it.
Ooh, got a lot of soul power there. Crumbles away like usual. Couple paths to go on.
Should we go to the left?
Let's do the left path. What is that?
It's very creepy is what it is.
Let's look at the bush first.
Bush.
Something's in the grass.
Touch it.
I feel around in the blades of grass. Got instant camera. Selfies. I hit the switch before I realized, and a red light appears. Apparently, that means the flash can be used.
Does it still work?
Yeah, looks like it. I turn it off and quickly stuff it in my bag. I decided it's wise not to mention the dried out blood that's stuck to the bottom of it. Oh, is this the camera that was used? To see is to perceive light. Wonder what that means. That distant voice echoes in my head. True. Seeing something means you're seeing the light it's reflecting. But what does that have to do with Hanayome? Around the tree covered in photos. Ugh, is that the tree there?
Seems like it.
Oh, I do not like to look at this. I shine the light on the grove of trees in front of us and catch the glimpse of something odd.
Mister, what's that? Something stuck to that tree over there.
I can't make it out from here. I move forward for a closer look. Oh, is this? Oh, Jesus. All thought in my mind ceases. It's as if I'm unable to process what I'm seeing, and my brain comes to a halt. Are these photos? These are a bunch of pictures of different people posted to the tree. But they're all...
What is this? Why do all the eyes have nails?
It's just as Suzu said. For some bizarre reason, each photo has a person with nails driven through both eyes. Attached to the nails is some kind of tape. Cold sweat drips down my back. What kind of grudge would cause someone to do something like this?
All of the pictures, they're all men.
Suzu's mutters are just loud enough to hear. Huh? I look over the photos again. A good number of them are deteriorated, so they're hard to make out, but they may be right. Yeah, it looks like it. All the subjects are men. That's clearly not a coincidence. So it's probably not a bright idea to bring Aita along.
Yeah.
I feel a little dizzy and step back. Through my blurry vision, something flashes in the light from the flashlight. Huh?
Is something wrong?
Nothing, it's just over there. Something sparkled up there. Something might be there. We should check it out. Oh, up top? Something up in the branches of the tree is reflecting light. Something must be stuck in the branches. The only way we'll be able to check it out is to climb up the trunk.
You're gonna climb up the tree?
There aren't any cavities, knots, or branches within reach. It'll be hard to climb up it. So...
Get up there, Suzu.
For a second I thought it said ask the tree myself.
Ask the tree. Get up there. If that's all, then... Okay, I'll try.
I squat at the base of the tree and let her climb up on me. Up you go. I stagger a bit, but manage to stand. I feel like I'm one of the trees now. Can you reach?
Just a little to the right. I'm almost there.
Suzu reaches as far as she can with her hand, and I lose my balance. We both crash to the ground. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Here.
Suzu shows me her hands. It's holding the object that was stuck in the branches. Got a dog collar. A collar? It makes me think of that dog you saw before coming here. Does this belong to that dog?
I wonder who threw it away.
Who knows? As I'm putting it away in my bag, I spot an inscription on the inside of the collar. Renta? Enta?
Looks like it. The symbols are a little odd.
How are you supposed to pronounce that? Pictures on the tree. I'd like to comment on how clear the story feels here compared to the last two. Like, the lore on this feels very...
Straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward. It's like everything matches one to one rather than it being like a full mystery.
Yeah, it's very clear because, like, we've learned so much before even getting to the area, whereas, like, with everything else, we were so clueless.
Although, it's not a bad thing. I quite like how it's structured. I don't know. I like how this story feels more conclusive, I guess.
It's very... the most realistic, I would say. It has the most connections to, like, the reality of the world that is in the game, basically. It's very much like she has existed for so long. She didn't become created because of, like, whatever created the mark. She was already there, and whatever happened made her evil recently.
Yeah, like as Suzu explained earlier, she feels like a good ghost. Let's continue with the investigation. Oh, man.
The different angle is very...
Yeah, I'm always curious if the different angles, like, will give us other things. But so far, it just gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
I hear a low growl from somewhere. I can't see what's making it, but it seems to be watching me. Oh, we did see that dog at the gate. I'm not sure why. I feel an intense hostility directed towards me.
What should we do?
The instant Suzu speaks, the growling grows distinctly quieter. I remember the photos. All of them were men with nails in their eyes. I don't know what that has to do with the dog. But if those pictures demonstrated the hatred that saturates this place, if I'm with Suzu, it might react differently. Yeah, Aita's probably not gonna do so hot here. I consider my options.
Let's show the color.
I've got an idea. I take the collar out of my bag. Maybe... it's a safe bet that the spirit was born here, so the dog is likely tied to this collar. I face the general area the barking is coming from and show it the collar. The dog appears like a gust of wind. Whoa. Before I can blink, it steals the collar from me.
Live or die.
When I try to quickly jump away, I hear Suzu call out to me.
Mr. Yoshiki, don't move!
But I don't catch the rest of it. The dog rushes at me, so fast it looks like it's gliding over the ground. We heard what Suzu said.
Gotta stay still. She knows what's up.
The dog stops in its track. It seems confused that I'm not reacting and just standing still. It shuffles back on its guard, then prepares to attack again. Suzu, you got any more advice? It bares its teeth and growls.
Before she said don't interact with it.
Okay, turn my back to it. I break my gaze and turn my back to it. I pretend to not hear it threatening me. It growls for a while until it abruptly stops. The dog holds the collar in its mouth and stares at me. That collar has an inscription on it, doesn't it? I'm sure it said...
I don't think that's actually an R.
Feels different. Maybe like Tenta or something.
Yeah, it could be like...
It seems like it's something different than the usual letter.
Yeah.
What should I call it? Let's go with Genta. Genta. I mutter the name. The dog pricks its ears. I say it again, this time more clearly. Then, the dog turns around and quietly slinks into the brush. It disappears from sight. Seems I somehow managed to escape death. Oh, we're not getting mauled by a dog today. I picked up the collar that was left behind and sighed deeply.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that was... I can't even say it was no big deal. My words simply trail off. That's all I can answer with. I pat myself down with my hands, but I don't seem to be injured anywhere. I did feel the teeth biting into my hand when the collar was snatched from me, though. That dog may be supernatural.
Maybe? Sure that's a maybe?
I hope it doesn't attack again.
I think we'll be fine. It found what it was looking for.
You're right. Oh, another close encounter.
Nothing here.
Oh my god. A sound like a rope creaks above my head.
They have nails in their eyes.
I don't like any of this.
Oh my god. Why go through the effort of getting so many mannequins to hang up here?
Silhouettes swing in the shadow of the trees. My whole body shudders with dread.
Are those people?
Suzu gives a terrified yelp. Speechless, I shine my flashlight on them. They clearly aren't people, thankfully. They're mannequins. The things hanging by their necks from the trees are display mannequins you can find at any department store. Obviously, dolls can't commit suicide. Is this someone's idea of a prank? Or maybe a warning to intruders? The only one who knows the truth would be whoever did this. Let's go. I don't think they're dangerous. They're only mannequins.
Okay.
Suzu replies uneasily. But before either of us could take a step forward, I feel a shaky hand gripping onto me. Yeah, Mary's just a doll, but she does quite a lot, so I would be afraid of mannequins right now. Oh, so many of them too.
Who's touching us? We said we felt a hand grab us. Oh, she's probably...
It's probably Suzu.
Yeah, she's probably just scared.
The doll swings unceasingly from the ropes, even though there is no breeze. A male doll was hanging from a tree. I wonder what the person who did this was thinking.
Oh, there's one right there. I just noticed its feet.
Oh. The doll is mercilessly hanging by its neck.
I guess we're touching it?
Grabbing onto it, I stop it from swaying. I open the hand and take what's inside. Found a talisman. When I pick up the worn-out talisman, I feel warmth flow through me. Nice to recover a little bit.
Okay. Doesn't seem like anything else is here. The trees specifically in the back here make me think of like Grimm's fairy tales for some reason. Like we're going to the witch's gingerbread house or something.
The witch's mannequin house, more like.
It's that dog.
Suzu, be careful.
No, it's okay now. It won't attack anymore.
It's that dog from before. It starts digging in the dirt right in front of us. After a few moments, it disappears like mist. It really was supernatural.
What was it doing? Is there something over there?
Let's take a look. Oh, I do not like this whole situation. It's a place where that dog was digging.
Do we have any tools? Oh, no, just those things. Okay. Touch her with your hands.
I reach out and touch the dirt, but the texture under my hand surprises me. The dirt around here is soft. Almost as if something was buried.
A bone? Dog bone?
Give me a hand.
You're gonna dig here?
I don't think we'll need any tools. Please.
Okay.
In silence, we kneel in this forest in the middle of the night and dig up the dirt with our hands. I feel like I'm robbing a grave. It could be that those words popped into my head because I somehow knew what we'd find. Distracted.
Oh god, there's so many fucking centipedes.
I look down on what we dig up. What we find is a corpse. It's just a skeleton now, but it doesn't look that old.
Is that a corpse?
Yeah. My reply sounds incredibly flat and uncaring, even to me. At some point, death has become familiar. That fact, and not the corpse, is what sends a shiver down my spine. I'm too comfortable with the world of the dead. I know this, but I can't escape it. One part of me observes the remains before us and reacts calmly. Just then, I noticed something. What's that? There's something white in the skeleton's hand. I take it out and discover it's a plastic bag. Inside are a number of cassette tapes and some kind of note. The note's deteriorated, but parts of it are legible.
I killed them all. One's assault you. Now you rest in peace. What needed to be done. Now I die here. This forest, you passed away. New song, want, listen, heaven.
The note ends there. Got 3 cassette tapes.
That sounds like a suicide note, doesn't it? But these tapes...
She looks at the cassette tapes.
Why were they buried too?
They look at the remains as if asking them the question. Of course, it's not going to reply. I don't know. I trail off. A different voice is whispering in my mind. The last... The voice falls silent. The last? Wait a second, the last what?
Huh? Is something the matter? I didn't say anything.
It's nothing. Sorry, just talking to myself. Anyway, let's take these tapes with us. Unidentified suicide victim.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I hate... The mark burns scarlet. Half an hour left until death closes in.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Out of nowhere, my mark flares up painfully, and the intense pulsing setting my nerves on fire. Shit. Are we out of time? I bite my lip and look at Suzu. Suzu? Suzu, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah?
It's finally here. It all starts now. I grab Suzu and run. The spirit is closing in on us. Did I get in the car to go somewhere?
Oh no. Wait. How are we getting amnesia when this isn't our mark? This isn't our spirit that marked us.
Regardless, I'm here inside it, gripping the wheel. The mansion. I need to get back there for now. I glance through the rearview mirror at Suzu in the back seat. Suzu is staring vacantly out the window with a slightly tilted head. The only thing out there is darkness. There's nothing to look at. Ida's tape player is lying on its side in the passenger seat. I grabbed it from the back, meaning to play one of those tapes. We quickly arrive at Kujo Mansion. Even if I discuss it with Mary, it's probably best to listen to a tape first. I reach for one, but as I do, I notice something odd. Whoa.
That is so creepy.
Where are we? I'm on an unfamiliar road, like I took a wrong turn somewhere. No, it's not unfamiliar. I've clearly been down this road before. But the route I was taking should have had no way for me to come across this road. That's the only way I can describe it. It's impossible. Calm down. I must have made a mistake because I was messing around with the tape player. I wouldn't get lost on the way to the mansion. I've been to it so many times now.
But it seems like we're having memory loss too. Like we didn't remember why we were in the car in the first place.
Yeah, we kind of just blacked out there to appear in the car. I just missed the first intersection and ended up somewhere strange, that's all. That's what I tell myself as I make a U-turn. But no matter how many times I go back... Damn it, why am I here again? No matter how I turn, I end up on the same road. Right, left, or keep going straight, I still return to the exact same place. This is ridiculous. I hit the steering wheel. Maybe it was because of my outbursts, but my mark starts burning with pain again. This is bad, really bad. At this rate, death will catch up to us while we're here in the car. Having said that, we can't go back to the mansion. I don't think we'll be able to get out of this maze, no matter how many times I try. In that case, well, what should I do? Where should I drive?
There isn't a good way to know where to go.
If the spirit's chasing us, we need to face it somewhere.
So, the highway was where she was found. The apartments were where she was taken. And the mountain was where it happened.
Well, if we're going to where it's most vulnerable, it's probably the mountain.
It's where the grudge was born. I think that's probably the strongest place it is. And the best option to go to.
Well, let's take a chance. I turned the steering wheel in the direction of the place that popped into my head. T Mountain. It's not that I have to go there. The destination isn't important, so long as it gets me out of the situation. I hit the gas pedal and abruptly turned the wheel, trying to get out of this cursed trap. Finally, familiar scenery returns, as if I was laying in wait for me. Back here again. In the end, we're back here. The phone is ringing. I know exactly who's calling. The mark is dyed a deep crimson. A few minutes left until death closes in. I head to the phone booth. I've got Aita's radio cassette player and the bag holding Seiko's memories at the ready. I pick up the receiver. But the phone immediately goes dead. Oh god. Oh my god. We really are sitting ducks here.
Live or die. You saw it, didn't you? I know you saw it.
Oh, the spirit is right behind me. What should I do?
Take a picture.
I quickly grabbed the instant camera and used the flash. Oh, the spirit shrieks, and while it's distracted, I tumble out of the booth. Once out, I spot out of the corner of my eye The spirit standing there, looking down at me.
God, she's so creepy. What is that around her?
The camera's battery is dead. What should I do next? Assuming the corpse was her groom, let's play the tapes.
I'm sorry, I just picked one.
You're good. I stick Charm Song into the tape player and press the play button.
Listened often, dear.
The spirit responds to the song. The spirit quietly drifts closer. What should I do next? I guess it's time for another tape. Let's do My. I stick My into the tape player and press the play button.
There's some Japanese words around her. I can't tell what they say though. I'm not that good at Japanese, to be honest. I don't know this one.
The spirit responds to the song. The spirit quietly drifts closer. What should I do next? Oh, we have one tape left.
Yeah, let's do that one. Go ballad?
Stick Echo Ballad into the tape player and press the play button.
I love.
The spirit responds to the song.
Oh my
Whoa,
god.
that's not what I was expecting. The spirit is right in front of me.
I hate it so much.
Huh?
Hey, let me listen to the newest. I guess that was mine because she said she hadn't seen it or heard it before.
Let's do it. I stick My into the tape player and press the play button.
Yes, that song was finished.
A dog comes bounding over from somewhere, barking happily.
Jen, is this where you've been? Come on, let's go. He's waiting.
That's right, the dog's name was Genta. There's a flash of light. I blink and the spirit is gone. Those tapes were left over from her husband. I don't sense Hanayome anymore.
This fight was distinctly different from the rest.
I felt like it was more about reuniting a family that was split apart.
Yeah. She's gone now. Hanayome.
Suzu is back to normal. I bet their mark's gone. This is the first fight we've had where we didn't need a partner.
Yeah.
But mine's still bright on my arm.
It's weird that we lost a bit of our memories. Maybe our mark.
Maybe it's getting a bit stronger.
Yeah, even as we're helping spirits, it's slowly progressing.
I guess Hanayome didn't give me my mark after all.
Then Hanayome really was Seiko Hasegawa. What a sad, terrible fate. Turning into a ghost after she died. I feel sorry for her.
This place isn't too far from where Psycho died. Maybe that's why. The instant Hanayome vanished, I thought I caught a glimpse of her loyal dog. I hope her dog and the song her fiancé wrote for her help her be at peace in heaven.
Should we head back?
Yeah.
Huh?
One more phone call? The phone starts ringing out of nowhere. It won't stop. It's like it's waiting for someone to answer. What should I do?
Seems risky to pick it up, but I don't know, she wasn't all that malicious in the first place.
Let's pick it up. Let's see if she has something to say. Hello? On the other end of the line is the gentle voice of a woman.
I'm so very sorry for causing you so much trouble. Please excuse me.
Was that a wrong number or something? I was a little panicked, but now I relax. I step out of the booth and get into the car with Suzu.
Welcome back, Mr. Yoshiki. It's thanks to you that my mark is finally gone.
Oh, good.
Too bad I didn't get to do much.
That's alright, you lived through this. That's what matters.
I read a ton of comics about exorcism, so I thought I could help. Good job to you too, Suzu. Everything went okay? Yeah, it's all thanks to him. Oh, yeah? I bet I could have done a better job than him. Oh, I got it back.
お待ちしておりました。
I awaited your return, Lord Yoshiki. It appears that you overcame your fear and cleared away the grudge. Congratulations. Though it is unfortunate that your mark has not yet vanished.
I've managed to defeat 3 spirits now, but my mark still hasn't disappeared. It feels like that terrible fact might just freeze the blood in my veins. But I vowed to fight against the mark. All I can do now is press forward.
Mr. Yoshiki, may I have a word? I looked through the other files in the garage after you left, and I found this.
She hands me over a file that says H Shrine Findings on the cover. Sayakujo's signature is in the corner. The Kujo family's graduations were housed there, so it makes sense that this was here.
Go on, read it.
Most of it is about how H Shrine was built and its history. It lines up with what Mary told us. Everything that happened from the anti-Buddhist movement to now is in here. But it looks like even Saya didn't know who stole the statues 50 years ago. Some pages about the H Shrine's Go Shintai and the item that houses the deity's spirit. The shrine has 2, a mirror and a small Buddha statue called Nenjibutsu. The Nenjibutsu should be in a brocade pouch, but I never saw anything like that at the shrine.
Yeah, the thing was empty.
Everything was missing. I wonder where it ended up. The last few pages contain notes on an investigation into the stolen statues. It mentions a rumor that started circulating a few months ago. K Miyamachi North Road in H City.
There are so many manhole covers there.
It's a back street that, due to its city's poor planning, is covered in manholes.
Okay, I guess it's intentional.
Because of that, people call it Manhole Road. On a moonless night, a young woman was walking down it on her way home from work. An old sign read, "Be wary of strangers." Suddenly fearful, she attempted to hurry her steps down that dimly lit back street. But she couldn't take a step forward. A noise, something heavy being dragged. And then, a figure was discernible from out of the darkness. It was a woman with disheveled hair, wearing a burnt white robe. She cradled a headless Buddha statue as if it were her own child. The shadows and hair hid most of the face.
That is so creepy.
But she could see her blood-red lips twisted into a satisfied smile. Terrified by the eerie sight, she turned on her heel and ran away. Some distance away, she turned to look back. But the woman was gone.
The statues were stolen 50 years ago, so it wasn't this woman, but I doubt it's that easy to find headless Buddha statues. I'm sure she must know something.
I asked Hanayome where the statues stolen from each shrine were. And now, there's an unexpected lead. What a strange coincidence.
I don't think we would have found that without encountering Hanayome.
She really was a helpful spirit.
If you could find those stolen statues and honor them at each shrine, the divine wrath will be quelled, and you might be freed from the mark.
Another way that might possibly allow me to escape my mark. It's worth looking into at least.
Oh, before I forget, you should take these too. Documents on the Hasegawa case that we found after you left. Read through them if you want. It is almost dawn. We must end today's investigation. Please rest. Thank you very much, mister. Because of you, I think I'll get to see my dad too.
Oh, is that what she asked to find?
Maybe.
Oh. You need to go somewhere to see him?
Oh, that's kind of sad. My mom and dad got divorced.
Oh.
Yeah. Mom decided that she wanted to become a nun. She started taking me to temples and a lot of sacred areas. Dad didn't like that, and he started seeing some other lady.
I understand. You don't have to say more. I guess Suzu's been embroiled in the world of adults for a while already. Maybe that's why she's so brave while being so young.
I asked Mom to tell me where Dad is, but she wouldn't say. She told me he's bewitched by a demon and to forget him. So that's why I wanted to ask Hanayome where Dad is.
I see. I hope you get to see him.
Me too. Okay, good night.
Get home safely, kid. I'm sorry for whatever I put you through.
I'm really in your debt. It's thanks to you that Suzu was saved. Thanks so much.
He seems more worried about her than himself. His appearance, personality, and job all make him suspicious, but that one thing is clear.
I know she asked me to, but I was the one who brought her out there after all. So if something had happened to her, I just... Oh my god.
Hey, are you alright?
I'm so glad she's okay.
The hot tears streaming down his face are those of relief, apparently.
At least he cares about her and doesn't want to hurt her.
Yeah. You should head to bed for today. I'm sure you're tired, right?
Yeah, thanks. Good night. Oh. I'm heading to bed soon myself. My mark's finally gone. I think I'm going to sleep well tonight.
There's no reason for you to stay any longer.
You're right about that. I'll be leaving tomorrow. Sorry, but even 9 lives wouldn't be enough to survive staying here.
You said it.
But I'm grateful for all of this too. It gave me some time to rethink my life. Ironic, isn't it? If I hadn't been cursed by a spirit, I'd be in that forest right about now.
Christy's smile turns wry.
Well, I'm off to bed now. Good night. Now then, Lord Yoshiki, please find me when you are ready. Farewell.
The truth behind Hanayome.
This was definitely the hardest one to go through, I think, for me, so far.
Yeah, the background to it was so clear, it just really gets you connected to the spirits, and you really wanted to get a good ending for them.
Yeah, Hanayome was probably the least malicious out of everyone. She'd been around for a while, wasn't hurting anyone at all. She was actually helping people, which is insane to think about. Like, you died so horrifically. Even, like, you killed yourself, basically. And then you're willing to go beyond death and help people.
I wonder if she was helping people to find stuff, hoping that someone would help her in return to find what she was looking for.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to think that they're all reunited again.
Mm-hmm.
Even the dog got a happy end.
Yeah. The dog really cared about her. It was probably looking for people to help her during it and accidentally got hurt in the process. But a happy ending for them, even through all the tragedy.
Well, that's it for us today. We'll see you guys next week.
For Death